All right, so what do we got here?
Cameron Raw. Oh, you mean what do we have in our hand? We have decent. We have 3 cards we can cast with what we have in hand. And
Is Village Cannibals a 2 or a 2 or 3?
It's a 3.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't have a perfect curve, but we definitely are not mulliganing this.
No.
So I click no, just to make sure, since I've messed that up in the past. Oh.
Now, is there anything that we need to mess with, or have you got all of our stops set up properly now?
Oh, I can't do a thing.
I don't think there's anything you can do before untap, right?
Right. So it stops on both of the upkeeps. Doesn't stop during draw, during main. I could have it stop on my opponent's turn, but I don't really care because I'll have it stop during his. Undeclare attackers. It stops on both of ours. Combat damage, don't really care. End of combat. On the main, it's there again. And then at the end of turn on his. Yep, I think that's pretty much how I like it. That's the way, I like it. Griffin wasn't a bad pickup for
No. Get one more mana.
draw. Yeah.
Yes, John, you love the Griffin. We understand.
I really don't. But wait, is it a Abby Griffin?
It's an Abby Griffin. We win.
Yep. For the first time, our beer has truly, successfully matched our deck.
Tastes like bananas, though. That's weird.
Okay, here's what I really don't like about this. Unless we draw a 2-drop.
That is the definition of not a 2-drop.
Right.
That is like
This mug
is flipping.
transforming, and that's going to make it pretty rough early on. Okay. But hey, it's only a 3/3.
We can like get that back with our patrician.
That's right.
At least once.
Hopefully, at least once. All right, so he has a flying vampire.
We can't block, so fuck him.
Yeah. And see, now we have a Bonds of Faith, so if we want to, we can toss that out there and get that going on. Do we want...
Of course, if it flips back, then it'll actually be a 3/3 without flipping.
Right.
And then if it does flip, it would be tied up again.
Yeah.
That's kind of awesome.
It would give us motivation not to cast something to make it flip. So we could cast the Village Cannibals because there are a couple humans. Or we could cast him. The reason I kind of like the Village Cannibals is when he attacks, we can't block because it has Intimidate, and we can't block because it has Flying. But we'll be able to attack unless... might as well attack with that.
It's like, yeah, block.
Yep.
Give us a +2 on this thing.
And...
Wow, Intimidate and Flying. That's the Blazing Torch.
Right, so that's going to kill our cannibal. I would think. Maybe he's going to wait.
Maybe he's going to click on the Blazing Torch and then click on his own guy.
Bastard. And yes, he might. I wouldn't put it past.
That was fucking fantastic, man.
Well,
It was just like...
I aim to please.
That can't have just happened. Oh, I'm afraid it did.
Okay, I'm gonna Abby Griffin to trade with his vampire, um, and then hopefully get to a monk.
Hopefully.
Although we're not getting too far away from when I'm gonna have to use that bonds of faith. Oh, great.
You know, John, I'm beginning to wonder if perhaps Innistrad is just not our set. I'm sure we'll get better.
Yeah, no, we'll. Already, I'm questioning why I made a joke about that card, because it's certainly
Kicking our ass?
kicking our ass. Um, okay, I could Bonds of Faith and put out the Lifelinker.
There's a lot to be said for that.
Yeah, because we don't have many turns
Now,
that
I
we can
guess
survive.
she's a 1/4. She'd be like a 4, but still can't block the guy.
Wait a
So-
second. If we cast 2 or more spells, it's going to transform. It's going to turn into a human just like you said. It'll be a 4/4. Oh, I hate our lives.
But he doesn't have Intimidate.
Right.
No, it's more than 2.
No, 2 or more.
Oh, shit.
Yep. So he now has a 4/4 shepherd.
Wow, why do we keep making things worse for ourselves?
Challenge of this game. It's just.
It's beyond us.
Okay. I'm ready to go all in.
I want this motherfucker off the board. He has brought us nothing but pain.
Now he's going to make us lose the 3 life that we just gained. And he's going to gain it.
We are losing so badly in this game.
But hold on. If we get a single black mana, all of a sudden,
Man, I wish he'd been out last turn. There were lots of dead things.
now he'll find some way to turn this on us.
Treasonous blood with no red on no mountains on the board, but
There's not a plummet.
that motherfucker's coming in. He could use the Geist cart, whatever it is.
Ooh.
No, that only does 4 damage.
Yeah, it deals 4. So he could use it if he attacked and we blocked, and then he used it. I think he's doing it. I think you called it. Yep.
God damn it! Why does my prescience have to be so amazing?
Okay. So now we put out our monk.
Our stall donkey.
Just remember, we have 2 big demons, which will help him draw cards.
Well, that's good.
Okay. This is going to kill all of our creatures, if he does it correctly. And he didn't.
Hey!
But he did. Could have already had it dead. Just waited for it. Okay, so here's where it really sucks. Because we put it out and we have to immediately chump to even survive to the next round.
Man, this is this particular go.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, it this game has not been
Smooth.
smooth, fun.
We're good. We're fine.
Yeah. I'm not ready to write off the deck entirely.
Aren't you glad we're playing Swiss? Aren't you
I
glad that
am.
we have 7 more games of this?
See, you're thinking optimistic. I think we might only have 5 more.
I think we'll win one.
Okay, and he's bringing something back from his graveyard.
Oh, that guy.
Great.
That's nice.
Uh,
All right, let's see what we get now. Yeah, okay.
okay. So, and we were not going to look good.
Yeah, we have 18 fucking creatures in this deck.
Yep. Okay, so what killed us
Where did we go wrong?
was that we didn't have something to cast
Turn 3?
turn 2,
Turn 2.
because he went first.
We have a ton of 2 stuff.
We just
didn't have
we
it.
just didn't have it. So I think we're okay.
All right.
Play first, yes, we want to play first. And again, I'd say no, we don't want a mulligan. We can amulet, fox, and then if worst case scenario, use the
Yeah.
amulet.
And slap the bonds of faith on our fox.
But it never becomes a human.
Oh, god damn it!
Yeah. No, the worst part about the last game was probably when we bonds of faith and then
We honestly should have just not cast anything.
right and forced it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we should have cast the monk. If we
Yeah.
had really thought about it, we would have cast the monk. Then the following turn,
We should probably try that sometime. That thinking thing.
Eh,
It's overrated.
it's still early, and
Absolutely.
we are definitely learning the format. So we now know. Hey, think about what you're casting.
Should we have learned that years ago, though?
Well, we learned it in general, but it's different when you're playing with werewolves and the number of spells you cast.
Sure.
It's just brings
But it is a different thing.
yeah. And Bonds of Faith is a very different thing because it's like you said, when we put it on this guy, some of the time it's gonna hurt, and some of the time it's gonna help.
And at the end of his turn, sack the...
Yeah. And I think I'm gonna attack in. Like I would definitely trade with that if he gave it, offered it.
Fair enough. On the upside, we actually have our Intimidator out now.
Yeah.
Too bad he's not human.
True.
I would totally Bonds of Faith him. But I think, is this guy playing white as well? Yeah, he is.
No,
He's playing green-black.
Yeah. I mean, he has this guy, so I don't know if that's just for colorless.
Mana is mana.
There's something to be said for
Trading.
blocking, but because our guy has Intimidate and his doesn't yet,
Sure.
I would rather force him into a situation where he doesn't cast a spell
Well,
to be able to do it. that's not looking great for us. Because unless we cast Bonds of Faith, we have nothing to cast this turn, which means he's going to have a 5/5 and a 3/3
Those werewolves are annoying.
next turn. Yeah. So I think we
Man.
attack with that. And I mean, all of his creatures would benefit from a Bonds of Faith. So it's almost like we have to let them flip.
So many werewolves.
Yeah, maybe we should draft
We
werewolves.
should try drafting werewolves. Even if it is admitting to being a furry.
Or we could sideboard in our green cards because we have some werewolves.
We have a ton of green cards.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Based on the success of one opponent, let's change our deck entirely.
That seems legit.
Mhm.
You know what this guy is sitting there go, Camon Raw is? He's like, these guys suck. They just suck. They're terrible. Their deck is terrible. But you know what he's not? He's not telling us that over in the sidebar. Why? Because he's not losing to it. If he was losing to it, we'd be hearing about how
Yeah.
we were trash and made out of luck sacks and
Yes. Then it would all come out. Okay. Here's what I think. I think we cast our monk,
okay.
and then he'll be able to attack with those two. We might have to chump one of our guys just to block that guy. The next turn we could Bond of Faith, or if we get real lucky, Reaper from the Abyss.
Sure. So see now, I really wish that we had the had something we could cast two of. You know, the exactly what we should have done last time.
Right. Yeah, now we want to be able to flip him. Is there any way we're blocking with this guy? Or should I just attack? I don't
Volley in.
think there is. With the monk, we have to be careful because if we chumped and blocked with it, then its power and toughness would get reduced.
Sure.
So what I think we might want to do is block his wolf, take the 8, and I know that's going to put us in a very dangerous place.
All right. Man, consider how monahose this guy actually got.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay, the problem is we can't cast it this turn because we have to get this guy to flip.
We don't have the mana for that anyway, do we?
Huh? Well, we have to Bond of Faith this guy.
Ah.
That's what I meant. Because otherwise he can attack through for lethal. If we put out our Reaper, No, he'll know that he has Intimidate as an option. So then he's going to be attacking. We could trade with this guy. We could chump. The next turn, we'd be able to put it out and probably get some sort of deal going.
All right. Well, do whatever the smartest thing you can is.
Yeah, it's actually not smart at all. It's a really crappy.
Desperate?
Yeah. The smartest thing that could happen is if we were able to put it out, somehow get something to die. I wish we could sack that without having to pay. And this is Vigilant, right?
Yep.
And I think the Morbid trigger only works if it was out when the creature died. Because the other thing we could have done is attacked and then cast it.
Sure.
But I don't think it would have worked that way.
Let us know, folks. If that's not the case, it'd be really awesome to know that.
Yep.
So now we
We'll have to just
chump the...
chump. Yep. Assuming that he doesn't... I don't know, some way to...
Our monk
trample
died.
or- Yes.
That's disappointing. Oh well, less math.
Yep. Exactly.
That's pretty boss.
Yes. It's not a bad place to be for him, but we're going to be able to have a monster. And we can't attack with our Intimidator because he could block.
Intimidate does not work on
Right.
artifacts. Yeah.
We could attack with our Spirit, but I would rather... Actually, we could attack with this because then we can destroy a creature.
True.
So let's see whether he...
Whether he figures that out,
Yeah.
or if he thinks, haha, suckers. Yeah!
Yep.
So who are we going to kill?
This guy, because he doesn't have regeneration mana up.
Fair enough. Oh. So someone's feeling rather morbid. Well, that was good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all for that. If this guy can survive a short while, I mean,
Oh, yeah, he's brutal.
yeah, 2 hits from him would win it.
Do not like being...
Okay, so here he comes. Is he killing or just dealing the damage?
Okay.
But he only has a defender and a creature that can attack.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
I guess he didn't want to kill the spirit, but he wanted his Geist Catcher's card out.
Right. Okay. So I think we can attack with the demon. Yeah. up the demon. Cast our Warden.
Okay, so is there anything that we really want dead?
Are you saying...
Well, we could Fox.
Right, but we'd have to kill our own bonds of faith. The only way we can sack it is if we exile a enchantment.
Hmm.
Oh, and he's got this guy. That puts us in an awkward situation.
I think we lose.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he pulled the perfect card to...
So if we block his guy, no, we can't.
Yeah, we can't do it without dying.
Killing a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. It's too bad.
Go to hell. If you're gonna spend all this time on the fucking game, then be here, you bastard. God! Well, because of you, Bob, we just lost.
Yep.
Yeah, you. If you'd been here, maybe things would have been different. But no, where are you? You're off being all high and mighty, studying and all that bullshit. And then you keep bugging us! Go away!
Okay. Plus side. We
Yeah.
are now in the loser's bracket of a Swiss tourney.
So now when we lose our next game, it'll be really humiliating.
Right. It's only going to get worse from here. We were one card away from winning that.
Yeah.
So that it at least was close the second game.
Yeah.
So
So what's wrong with our deck, John?
I don't think there's anything wrong with our deck. I think...
So denial really isn't only a river in Egypt.
No, I think it's what was right with his deck. And what was right with his deck
So
is...
your argument is as simple as if he wins the tournament, then we don't feel as bad about ourselves?
Well, that's for sure. But I just think werewolves, when you get them early and they work well.
We really need to look into those more.
Yes.
They're surprisingly... they happen.
Yeah.
Like, I read that and I was like, that's never going to happen. You're never going to... Oh, flips all the time.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All right, well, we got to stop recording
And
because...
yell at Bob, stupid jackass.
But we'll be back for round 2.